Oh wow, look at this battlefield. Yeah, and all that for a war we didn't even win. I'm of course talking about my Mac Pro, which we semi-successful upgraded to a 8 core from a quad core. Now, I say semi-successful because it does not want to boot an OS 10 I have. Now, it really makes no sense since we just upgraded the processor, so it should just work. But yeah, maybe OS 10 isn't like that and you need reinstalling because I've never upgraded a CPU in a Mac, so yeah. But it does work. It booted up a Linux fine, so the computer is functional, but it's broken at the same time. So I need to make sure that I get this up and running again. It's such a pain in the ass getting El Capitan running on this. I mean, I know how to do it now, so it should go faster, but still, yeah. And I don't even care about cleaning any of this up yet. I want to fix this Mac first, and my first step will be making a bootable Lion USB stick. Because I don't have a DVD that I can burn it on. That would be way easier, but yeah, that's his life. And on top of that comes that newer Mac OS 10 systems like this here, which runs Sierra, does not support this one utility which is out there, which is a piece of shit, but it does work. It's called Lion Disk Maker or Disk Maker X, and it requires for some reason a package that doesn't run on Sierra and El Capitan, I think, too, anymore. Or, yeah, probably these two. So, or maybe even Yosemite, I don't know. But, so I need to do this via the terminal somehow, and I really don't remember how I did it actually in the first place. I think I did it with a terminal too, but I think that did a friend of mine, so yeah, whatever. Let's get to it. I really do. I really am spoiled by SSDs. You can see that web browser does take its time to open up. Yeah, it's incredible how much slower a hard drive actually is. But yeah, I will get to I will get through this. So here is the original file copying. Installing macOS 10 Lion, all in caps lock for some reason, and I even have here 10.13 beta for some reason. So yeah, it's copying that, and then I'm gonna eject all of the unnecessary additional hard drives so we don't format the wrong one, because that could happen. So we just unplug that and only leave the USB plugged in. We just still need to format because right now it's this weird 185 things number, CAAC, whatever that is. It's messed up. Oh, and did we forget to mention that disk utility sucks in newer versions of OS 10? Well, I think we said that multiple times, and I can only say it again. It's so limited, and maybe it looks good, yeah. Don't even think that, but oh boy. Oh, I remember. OS 10 Lion was the first OS 10 you had to download via the Mac App Store, and it cost €30 or $30. Well, that's still very cheap compared to Windows, but right now it's free, so yeah. I'm gonna follow that guide now and hopefully it does work. Well, apparently it does work with a disk utility as well, but I'm very skeptical. I've done this with a variety of operating systems, and in most cases it did not work. Or it even restored fine, but then it wouldn't boot. So I'm very skeptical. But if that says it so, yeah, let's try it, I guess. So the USB stick is done, and we have, as you saw in the previous upgrade video, put in a spare hard drive I have for the Lion install. So That should be good. We also have the original graphics card just to minimize problems. And so let's try that. Alright. Monitor power. Hopefully the power outlet doesn't blow up because of these two guzzlers here. So let's push the power button. Hold down the Alt key, wait for the bong. There's the bong. We do have a video signal because again this is the original graphics card, so it does work with the boot screen. And as I expected, there is nothing. Okay, I'm pissed off a little bit. Because if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, they just put the damn stick in and it boots and they say restore and done. But here is this kind of stuff you always get stuck at when you're doing it yourself. macOS 10 Lion doesn't have that create install media utility thing that Apple put in any newer version since Mavericks, apparently. And so you need to use this Lion Disk Maker thing, because as I see, there's no other way. Now, how can I run this fucking program on my operating system? I don't know. It's not working. It's too new. The operating system is too new. I mean, I can run newer versions, but their Lion is not an option. And I just happen to have to use Lion because the Mac Pro is only officially supported until Lion. So get the idea. This is really stupid. I need to come up with a solution, but I don't know. I really don't know. How did I the fuck do that last time? Did I install a different OS 10 just to run this utility? I don't fucking know. So, I downloaded their old crappy version, as if the newer versions wouldn't be as crappy, but whatever. Version 304, which for some reason unzips to X2, but I don't care because there you can still choose Lion. Well, I went everything fine so far, but then he comes up again with this shitty message here, which always asks me, well, where is ASOBJC runner? So it's actually 2 days later. I just came back from work and I am motivated again to get the Mac Pro going. Still not sure how I'm gonna do it, but I will find a way eventually. Oh, and a funny story that might amuse some of you before I start working on the Mac Pro again. Yesterday, I had my car recertified. In Austria, we have to do that every year. In Germany, it's only every 2 years, because Austria likes to milk their drivers, so we have to do it every year. Anyway, the guy there told me that, hey, did you know that your radio screen has a problem or might be broken because it's distorted somehow? Yeah, no shit, I look at it all the time. As if I didn't know that. Thank you. But yeah, the car passed. Even with the broken radio screen. So, now that I told you this, let's get working again. And I actually have an idea how I'm gonna go at it. That's how you say it. So, I just thought that the USB restoring thing from the disk utility might work, but it just might not work on a Mac Pro, and that might be a shit, very, very shit case, but I have to know if it's the stick or if it's the Mac. So I'm gonna do this again, restoring, and pray that it does not boot on the iMac. And if it does, I'm gonna cross fingers and try it on a Mac Pro again and see if it somehow changed its mind, but I doubt that because, yeah, it's a computer. So I'm nervous because if this doesn't work and if this fucking installer boots up on the iMac and it does not on a Mac Pro, it means that the processors are somehow incompatible with OS 10. They're not with Linux, but with OS 10, so that might suck. Okay, it's been I think 2 weeks since the failed Mac Pro upgrade, and or yeah, I think 2 weeks. Anyway, I figured out what the problem was. It's not that the processors are incompatible. It's not that the processors are broken. It's not that we messed something up. It is something pretty crucial that nobody in the whole amazing tutorial world of YouTube said, and that is updating the firmware on the Mac Pro. Because if you upgrade the processors from a quad core to an 8 core, the quad core is the Mac Pro 1,1 and the 8 core is the Mac Pro 2,1. And because it's a Mac and it's from Apple and everything, you can't just put in another processor or processors and make it work. No, you have to update the firmware first, then put the old out and upgrade the processors, and everything's fine. So thankfully I didn't erase the El Capitan installation, and you know, thankfully someone told me that in the comments. I don't know who it was, but thank you a lot. That saved really our ass. And now it's time to do it all again. Do it again. Okay, let's stop this before I get a copyright strike. So here are the two processors, and if you've seen the video and probably laughed your ass off, well, I finally have a screwdriver, a freaking incredibly long screwdriver with the T15 Torx head, and now I actually think I can skip the part with the fan and skip the part with the or at least the part with the fan. I'm not sure about the separator thingy, but I think this is easily capable of reaching down where the screws are, unscrewing the heat sinks, then, you know, doing all the stuff, and without removing the fan assembly, because this fan assembly, I don't want to touch this like ever again. I really hope it works this way. I don't see actually why not. So let's get this crap all the way and put the Mac Pro up here, and yeah. Okay, progress is being made. I'm gonna call this Mac Pro CPU change ghetto edition, because I don't bother on removing the fan thermal sensor connection thing, because we messed already with it so much. It's under there, and I'm afraid of breaking it, so I'm just gonna lay it down. I have enough room to work in here. I did not remove this because this is a bitch and I don't want to do that again. And this fan, boy, it is just as shit as getting it out the first time, really. I had to move it around. I had to force it, like, it sounded so bad when it finally came out. And I really hope this thing starts up without these fans, because I don't want to put them in just for updating that firmware, since it's just a click and it shuts down, and there I only need the old processors for, you know. So I hope this doesn't give me any problems. I'm gonna put the old hard drive in, the SSD with El Capitan. I'm gonna just leave it like this, bring the monitor over here, just be really ghetto, update that firmware, and then put it all back together. Or before I do that, I'm gonna do it again, boot it up. But before I can do all of this great stuff, I need to first get the processors out. And this is actually quite a relief, having this screwdriver. It's just so much easier. You can do that in 10 minutes if you have skill. So why didn't I buy that earlier? So my Ghetto Mac Pro setup is finished. The old CPUs are in. RAM is back in. This fan is not out, so again, I hope it boots. Monitor is hooked up. Nothing is screwed in. The USB drive is here where the program is located. And let's plug in the power source and see if it boots. or if I totally ruined it. So, does it turn on? Well, it made a bong. That is good. It made a bong. And this fan is turning, so these goddamn Xeons are passively cooled with not enough amount of thermal paste. I can guarantee you that, but that has to do for now. So, are you gonna boot or what? You okay? Oh, for a moment I thought it's gonna do the same shit again with the old processors, but here you go. It's booting up from the SSD, of course, very quick. You need to be quicker because you don't have a cooling fan. Okay, we're here. We don't care about anything. We just launched the program. Okay. Program requires internet access. Are you fucking kidding me? Why does it need that? Okay, I will do that. Alright. I hooked up here an Ethernet cable from my PC to the Mac. And let's see if it actually works. I think it does. By the way, if you encounter that bug as well, if you share an internet connection but it doesn't get any internet, just do it again. Disable it, enable it again, because Windows never really fixed that bug. So, do we have internet? Do we have internet? By the way, it's using the old graphics cards. That's why we have some problems with the graphics. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. That's the original graphics card for you. Oh, don't lock up here. Come on. Where's the mouse? Where's the mouse? Come on. Holy shit, I should not have clicked there. This graphics card is not catching up with this at all. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's close out of Chrome here. Upgrade to 27 firmware. Shit, do I have a password? I have a password. Creating RAM disk. Oh shit, the temperatures are rising. These cooling towers are not screwed in, by the way. Okay. So, new processors are in. I did not screw them in because if they work, I will need to apply a new thermal paste, of course. But I just want to know if they work. So, let's do this all again. This is the wrong one. Let's plug this in. Sorry for the especially great camera work in this video. And let's see if this thing loads. Because if not, then, well, this is a big fail. See if that firmware update did a magic. I don't think so. It didn't even make a bong. Did I do something incorrectly? Oh, okay. We have a light. And they turn off. Doesn't turn on again. Okay, let's press the button. Where is the bong? Okay. And it turned off again. You're not supposed to turn off, you're supposed to turn on, you piece of shit. You piece of... Okay guys, I needed to calm down a bit. I have fucking no idea what is now. What is it now? I did that shitty firmware update and now I check it online and yes, it is supposed to go like this. What is it? Why? Why can't this fucking asshole of a computer not just accept these new CPUs? What is it? What the fuck do you want? You know what? I really don't care anymore. I'm gonna turn that light off for today. I'm gonna leave it like this. And I'm gonna go. I have no fucking idea. And I'm pissed off because I now just wasted a lot of time. Well, at least I can put in the quad core again when all fails. But right now I really don't give a shit anymore.
You know what this means? It means it's finally working. Yeah, guys, I might have been very pissed off in the last clip, because I was. But I fucked up. It's none of this fault. It's all my fault. I took out the processors again because I was pissed off. I was ready to throw in the dual cores again. And then I saw on one of the quad cores, Xeons, a little... a bit of thermal paste on the pins. And I was like, oh shit! Well, that was the problem. I cleaned it off. I was lucky that none of it got into the socket where the CPU, sits in. And I went the ghetto setup again, did not screw in, without fans, nothing, and it loaded into El Capitan. Now, I could have actually heard this one fan spinning higher and higher RPM and higher RPM all the time because the CPUs were getting so freaking hot since the CPU cooling towers were not screwed in. So I had to shut it down, and I could not go to about this Mac because I was just too scared to, mess with the thermals even more. And that happened, that little bit of thermal paste happened because I had taken out the CPU so many times already, and I was, not taking care enough anymore. As you could, I hope you guys understand that, since I did that so many times, and sometimes, it gets on your nerves so bad. So I will now close it up and for good, and boot it up and run a Geekbench and see if this whole thing was worth it. Oh god damn, it's gonna be. So, guys, see the Mac Pro 8 core running and in action without problems. Here it is. It's still quiet, so I didn't mess with the thermal sensor cables too much because I thought so, but no, in fact not. For some reason it shows 2.2 times 3 gigahertz unknown, and here again unknown, but it's still a Mac Pro 1,1 for I don't know why it makes no sense. And you know what, I don't care, it runs, and as long as it doesn't give me a kernel panic, I really don't care anymore. It's running, and I have the 8 core running here. As you can see, 8 cores, 8 threads at 3 gigahertz. So there it is, Intel Xeon X5365, finally! Incredible. So, let's run a Cinebench, people. Oh yeah, yes! Oh yeah, 8 cores, look at that. That is just beautiful. I can literally record this without you getting too bored. And that really means that you have a fast system. Oh no, before I show you the score, I'm gonna show you the old score, because here is the Mac Pro 1,1 and it scored 258, which is not bad. As you can see, it's mid-range from all the tested systems. But if you look at that, check this out, 560. That is more than double of the original score from the quad-core model. So, well, it turns out that having double the cores plus a higher gigahertz really improves performance, guys. So I'm very, very happy that this thing finally booted and finally runs. And I can finally edit the video on this machine, and that's what I'm gonna do, because the video you're seeing right now is edited in Final Cut Pro 10 on the 8-core Mac Pro. I'm just so freaking happy that this thing finally is the beast I wanted it to be for the last felt year. But yeah, was a long project with a lot of fails, but in the end, and how awesome is it? It runs, and that's what it's all about. So yeah, very sad that it cannot go higher than 10.11, but this is only gonna be used as a secondary main sort of thing, mostly for video editing. And El Capitan will get browser updates, I think, until the next 3 years at least. So that's all that matters. And if the day comes where it's gonna be unsupported, I'm probably gonna throw Windows on it, since it's a very capable, very capable machine. So guys, here is the Mac Pro 1,1 or 2,1 or whatever, 1. It runs finally with 8 cores. I'm so relieved, and it finally works. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video, and peace out.